Hello children. So today we are going to start with motion in one dimension, but the second part of it to understand or study the graphical representation. So now in the different slides, you will be seeing that I have taken different graphs. So how to understand that which type of motion is shown or is represented through the graph. Now you can see that the current slide is having the graphical representation where you can see that on y-axis it is displacement and on x-axis it is time. So it is displacement versus time. But you can see over here in this, the line which we are drawing is a curved line. Okay, so when you can see it's a parabola or a curved line, that time you have to understand that the body is moving with variable speed. So you can see over here in the heading I have given a body is moving with variable speed, but the direction is fixed. Okay, in a fixed direction means the direction is not changing. That's why you can see over here only the magnitude is changing, but the direction is same. That's why there is no change in the direction. So this particular graph, where on y-axis displacement is plotted and on x-axis time is plotted, but the graph, the line which is there, that is a curved line that shows that the body is moving with variable speed, but the direction is not changing, it is fixed. Okay, now what do you get by taking the slope of such graph? Means if it is displacement time graph, and if you are asked to find the velocity, how are you going to find the velocity? So in that case, if it is not a straight line, then you are going to draw a straight line from any of the points. Suppose if you are considering this point, from here you are going to draw the straight line. Now here it's easier to draw straight line through this point, point A. So what we are going to do is we are considering this point, and from here we are going to draw a straight line. Now, after we draw a straight line, we have to fix the end points of a straight line in such a way that it is going to end where you can mark this x-axis measurement properly. So now if you see this end point, the y-axis and the x-axis measurement, you can plot it easily. So it is 3 and 10, and here at this end it is 50 and 7. Now to find the slope, as I had told you, the formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So now you can see y2 means when you are considering that the body is starting from 0 and it is moving like this, then you have to consider that the first point from where it is starting is the initial point. So your coordinate also is going to have over here the first coordinate is x1, because always we write the x coordinate first, comma y1. Okay, and then the next one which is there, the next coordinate is over here. So we are going to consider this as this particular point as x2 comma y2. Okay, so children, this coordinate is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So when we are finding the slope, we are going to use the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So now here you can see that when we are going to write y2 minus y1, so here y2, the value of y2 is 50. So suppose if I'm going to write the values over here so that you understand. So now here y2 minus y1, so y2 you can see is 50. So 50 minus you can see y1 is 10 upon, now x2 minus x1. So x2 is 7. 7 minus, here you can see that the value of x1 is 3. Okay, so now when I am writing the value for this, 50 minus 10 is going to be 40 divided by 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, so that will give me the answer as 10, and you can see as it is displacement upon time, so it's going to be meter per second. Okay, so now per second, so when you're writing it, it is raised to -1. So what is it giving you? The value of velocity. Now you will see that suppose if you are going to plot the line which you have drawn, if this particular line which you have drawn is going to be from this point, okay, if you change and if you draw it from here, suppose if you draw this line from here and then you take the slope, okay, you find the slope from here, so the value of the slope what you get from each point is going to differ. The reason is it is a variable velocity. So instead of taking this particular point, what I'll do is I'll draw from here. Okay, so now I'm drawing a straight line from here. Now if I take the slope, join it over here, and the second line I'm joining it from this particular point. Okay, I have to draw a straight line. So so here you can see that I'm going to draw this line from here. One. So I'm just orally telling you it is 20 and 3, and over here it is 0 and 1. So now suppose if we are finding the slope, so roughly if we are doing 20 minus 0 is 20 upon 3 minus 1. Okay, so I'll just write it down for you. So considering this point, if we find the slope, it will be 20 minus 0 upon, because I've got x as 1 and 0. Okay, so 1 minus 0. So what answer I'm going to get at this point? I'm going to get it as 20 upon 1, that is 20. So 20 meter per second. So you can see over here that the variable velocity can be proved by taking the slope from each and every coordinate. So different coordinates what we have plotted, if you draw a straight line and if you find the slope, you will see that if the slope is going to differ. That shows that the velocity value is differing, and that's the reason we have written variable speed. Speed because it is magnitude only changing. That's the reason we have written over here speed, and the direction is fixed. But when you are talking with respect to displacement upon time, it is velocity. That's why you have to understand that if it is displacement versus time and it is a curved line, then it is showing that the body is moving with variable speed in a fixed direction. I hope children till here it's clear. Now we go to the next slide. So in the next slide, you will see that I have plotted one. So here you can see that I'm just erasing the lines. Yeah, here you can see that the graphical representation is velocity versus time. Okay, so it's velocity time graph. So this is case one where you can see that on y-axis it is velocity and on x-axis it is time. And I have written that the body is moving with uniform velocity. Now here you can see that it is a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. And when there is a straight line drawn from 4 and it is parallel to the x-axis, it shows that the velocity is constant, because at every time, like whenever it is noted, after 1 second it is 4 meter per second, after 2 seconds it is 4 meter per second, after 3 seconds it is 4 meter per second. That means the velocity is constant, it is not changing. So when you take the slope, because we have seen in the last slide that displacement time graph it is, and if we find the slope we get the value for velocity, because y2 minus y1 is the value for displacement. In the last graph I'm talking about. Okay, here y2 minus y1 is the value for displacement and x2 minus x1 is the value for time. Displacement upon time is giving us the value for velocity. Similarly over here, when we are using the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, you can see on y-axis the value is velocity and on x-axis the value is time. So when we are finding the value for velocity upon time, what are we finding? We are finding acceleration. So the slope for the time, the graph, where on y-axis it is velocity and on x-axis it is time, this particular slope value gives us acceleration. But as you can see, the velocity is constant. What we can say is acceleration is 0. Now I want to show you one graph over here. So the previous graph what we have done. In this case, you can see that in the graphical representation, we have shown on y-axis displacement and on x-axis it is time. Okay, and we have shown that it is a straight line. But if we are finding slope, okay, we are finding slope taking into 2 points into consideration, you will see that from any point you consider or take the values, y2 upon y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is going to give us the constant value for velocity. That means when displacement time graph is showing a straight line like this, we say that the velocity is constant. That's why we use the word uniform velocity, that the body is moving with uniform velocity. So if the velocity is uniform or the velocity is constant, if you convert this particular graph and if you plot it for velocity time graph, now what you get the value from here, you can roughly calculate. If you are considering this point and this point, extreme point, 50 minus 0, that is 50 upon 5 minus 0 is 5. So 50 upon 5 is 10. So as you're getting value from this particular graph of velocity as constant velocity as 10 meter per second. Suppose that if I tell you that plot the graph for velocity time on the velocity time graph, how are you going to represent that particular graph over here? So you'll mark till 10 on the y-axis, and from 10 you're going to show the straight line. Are you understanding? Which will be parallel to the x-axis. So that is how you will show that acceleration is 0 and the velocity is constant at every point, that is 10 meter per second. So the body is moving with uniform velocity. I hope till here children it's clear. Now we go to the next slide. Now in the next slide you can see that this is velocity time graph. Okay, and velocity time graph, you can see that we are showing that it's a straight line graph. Okay, now when it is a straight line, that means the velocity is changing. Here it is 10, here it is 20, here it is 30. So it every time after 1 second, you can see the time interval is 1 second. 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. So at a gap of 1 second, you can see that the velocity is changing. It is 10 meter per second, it is 20 meter per second, 30 meter per second, 40 meter per second. So as it is continuously changing, we say that the body is moving or is in motion with uniform acceleration. Now, why we are using the word uniform acceleration and variable velocity is one and the same thing. The velocity is changing, but if the velocity time graph is showing a straight line graph, and if you take the slope, now here I'll be showing you the slope. I'm considering, I will consider two ways, or I'll find slope uh, two times. Okay, taking into consideration two different points. So one, if you see, I'm going to consider this extreme point over here. So here you can see the y coordinate is 80, which I'm going to write afterwards, and x coordinate I'll be writing first. So the x coordinate is 8. Okay, 8 comma 80. So this is this first coordinate. Okay. So this is the first coordinate which I'm finding. So this is the coordinate which I'm finding. And I'm going to consider this particular coordinate, the first. Just marking it with pink so that you will know which two coordinates I'm considering. So here now I'm going to write the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is also 0. Okay, now when I'm considering this 2 points and I'm finding the slope, what do I get the slope as? I will get the slope as y2 minus y1, that is 80 minus 8 upon 0, sorry, 80 minus 0, sorry, y2 minus y1, 80 minus 0, because you can see y2 is 80 and y1 is 0, and x2 is 8 minus 0. So what do I get the answer as? Okay, so the answer is 80 upon 8. So 80 upon 8 is equal to 10. Now what I'll do is I'll consider, now I'll select two different points. So now I'm going to consider this point and this point, okay, and find the slope. And I'm going to find the slope. So when I find the slope now, what I'll get, just see. Okay. So I'll be getting the slope as, now my y2 is 30. 30 minus 0. So here I'll get 30 minus 0 upon value of x2 is 3 minus 0. So 3 minus 0. So what do I get the value as? Okay. So I get the value as equal to 30 upon 3. 30 upon 3 is what? That is 10. Now you can see that because it is velocity versus time, so velocity upon time will give me the value of acceleration. So you can see as acceleration is constant, we use the word uniform acceleration. That means when the velocity time graph is showing a straight line like this, when it is going to show a straight line like this, that means you have to understand that the body is accelerating, the velocity is changing. So you can write variable velocity or uniform acceleration, that the body is in motion with uniform acceleration or body is in motion with variable velocity. So here you will write, just write it over here, or you have to write, or variable velocity. So children, what we have seen, in the previous graph, we have seen that the body is in motion with the variable velocity. I'll just first erase whatever I have written, the reason it goes to the next slide. So please copy this graphical representation, or it's there in the text. So over there in your text, you have to mark these points and you have to write down the slope value, and you have to understand that it is acceleration. The slope will give you the acceleration. Wherever in the textbook this figure is there you mention that velocity time graph, if it is a straight line graph, the body is moving with uniform acceleration or variable velocity. Okay, so if it is asked what type of motion is depicted by this particular graph, you have to write the body is in motion with uniform acceleration or variable velocity, and what will the slope value, or the slope, if you find the slope for this graph, what will it give you, which particular physical quantity will be given. So you have to write acceleration. Okay, so if you see in the previous graph which we have seen over here, it's the previous graph which we have seen over here, you can see that it is showing displacement time graph and it's showing a curve. So if it is showing a curve, it's showing a variable velocity. This particular graph, displacement time graph, when you want to convert it into velocity time graph, you are getting variable velocity but acceleration is constant. Are you understanding? So velocity is variable because velocity is changing, but acceleration is constant. So, and the direction is fixed. That's why the direction is not changing. You have to understand. So when you are moving on an express highway, and suppose if your car is accelerated with 80 meter per second square, every time, you know, not 80 meter per second square, if the car is accelerated by 10 meter per second square. So if you are accelerating the car with the same magnitude of acceleration, that time you can represent the motion with this particular graph. Or you say when the body is thrown uh, from up and it is falling towards the earth, that time acceleration, the direction is fixed, that the body is moving from top, it is coming down. The acceleration due to gravity, that is a value of g, is constant. It is 10 meter per second square or 9.8 meter per second square. That means acceleration is constant. So if acceleration is constant, the velocity is changing, is variable, but as acceleration is constant, you can represent it with this particular graph